With the foundation of the Ulster Volunteer Force, the response was the foundation of the Irish Volunteers, the Nationalists. These two organisations were on the verge of civil war over the Home Rule issue. But then the First World War breaks out, and that of course changes the picture completely.
Lizzie was my granny. John, her brother, was 6 years younger than her. John had gone and joined the British Army in 1915. 21st of January 1916 he was killed. He'd only been 3 months in the army. When Manassas received the telegram telling him of his son's death, he threw it into the fire and said he will never be spoken of again. As I understand it, Redmond encouraged people to join the British Army so that it would help the Home Rule case for Ireland.
The two brothers, George and Neil Doherty, were from the Lecky Road originally, and they both joined up and served in France 1914-15. Neil unfortunately was killed in 1915. George was badly wounded. He came back here, and whatever he saw when he was in hospital in France, he said he swore there was a heaven and a hell, because he'd seen them both.
My uncles, Bernard and Patrick, had like a conflict of interests in the fact that Bernard would have been like for the rising and Patrick would have been more to think about joining the army. I know that they sort of drifted apart.
My grandfather also joined up with the Royal Scots Fusiliers when the war broke out in August 1914. And he was a bandsman. He was posted to Everington, which is how he met my grandmother, who was local here from Gallagher, from Foyle Road. He went off to war several times, came back, and then he stayed in the army when the war ended, stayed in the Labour Corps.
John joined the army and lost his life in Luce in France on the 21st of January 1916. His name is on the memorial in the Diamond, and it's also in Menin Gate. I visited it a number of years ago with the Peace and Reconciliation group. I don't think it was a feeling of disgrace. I don't think it was. I think it was just the loss of a loved one is very hard to deal with, and it's sometimes easier not to say anything at all, I think.